How's it going, guys? TJ from Tech Paradise here. So, recently, Nintendo finally held their long-awaited Nintendo Switch presentation. That was Thursday night, 11 p.m. Eastern Time, if you're in the U.S., on the East Coast, that is. And so I just want to go ahead and give some of my thoughts on what we saw from that presentation and kind of my reaction to what everyone else in the tech community is saying. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So starting with the hardware itself. The hardware is what I like to call classic Nintendo. It has a little bit of innovation with the Joy-Con controllers, and I'm not going to go through an entire detailed explanation of how everything works. I'm assuming you guys probably already saw the presentation and you understand all that. But just to give you a highlight, for me, the only part of innovation in this Joy-Con or in this Nintendo Switch is in the Joy-Cons themselves. And I will give Nintendo credit on that. It is pretty neat how they created that new haptic feedback kind of style with their the rumble effect that you feel in the Joy-Cons. I know the one of the engineers in the presentation showed an example of the holding a Joy-Con and being able to feel the sensation of ice cubes dropping into a glass and then having that glass fill up with water. So it has a really unique I guess kind of haptic feedback rumble feature, which I think is really cool. And to me, like I said, the only really kind of innovation that we're seeing in this Nintendo Switch. Everything else is what I call classic Nintendo. The hardware, kind of like the Wii U, and I know the Wii U is like that naughty word that we don't want to say in the tech community, but we have to say it. The Wii U kind of didn't have amazing hardware either, especially in terms of the components inside of it. And the Nintendo Switch is kind of following in that footsteps. I hate to say it, but the good news is, and this I believe to be 100% true, is that hardware is only half the equation. If the games are amazing, I think the components of the Switch and the hardware in general will only matter to a certain extent. So, for example, Zelda. Now, it has been confirmed as of the past day or so that Zelda will run at 900p at 30 frames per second. Now, most people will agree that we would rather see it at 60 frames per second. Not so much the 900p resolution, that's fine, but we would like it at 60 frames per second. Unfortunately, it won't be, but I think most Nintendo fans are still going to be excited nevertheless, just to finally be able to play Zelda Breath of the Wild. It has been delayed for a while now, so finally Nintendo is launching it alongside the Switch, and I think it's a good choice for them. I think it really it provides at least one strong release title. Unfortunately, that's really it. Nintendo is not leaving much to the consumer in terms of game choices. Very small selection of games, and I think they do deserve some criticism for that. Very small selection. Only a few games will be available at once, and I would argue that most of those games will not appeal to a wide variety of consumers. So the only game that you can really look forward to is Zelda. So, I mean, that's definitely a criticism worth noting. I would have been very happy if they at least gave us two strong titles. Of course, the other major Nintendo franchise, obviously being Mario, I would have loved to have seen a new Mario game alongside this Zelda release, or perhaps even just a re-release of a Mario title for the Nintendo Switch. I would be happy with even that. I don't know, let's say, I'm just making up random examples. Let's say Mario World 3D, or 3D World, if you will, maybe perhaps even Super Mario Brothers for the Wii U, re-release that as a title alongside Zelda. Some kind of Mario title. Which again, Zelda and Mario would just be a great release combo, in terms of strong titles. And the fact that they didn't do that, to me, again, is a little confusing, a little bit surprising. But with that being said, we get what we get, I guess. I'm very excited to play Zelda, though, so that would be nice. So, on top of the game selection being quite weak at launch, the only other criticism that I've been seeing so far is with the fact that the battery life is something that, even though Nintendo has been trying to calm the concerns about this, people are still saying they don't really feel that the battery life is up to standard. Now, for me, I'm not quite as concerned about that, because I think that 2.5 to 6.5 hours seems about right to what I would have expected Nintendo to say. Now, of course, I'm sure people would love to have Nintendo say 6 to 8 hours, but that really just wasn't possible with what, at least I don't think it was, with what they are giving us in terms of a price point. So, and of course, they can only do so much anyway. So, and again, there's a lot of factors that go into battery life, as you know. Zelda will get 3 hours, well, around 3 hours of gameplay on a single charge, so that's pretty good. I'm pleased with that. So battery life to me is not a major concern, but I know a lot of people have been saying it was. Other than that, I think that I'm incredibly excited about this. Pre-orders started so soon after the presentation. I actually pre-ordered mine from Best Buy. I'm glad I did when I did, because I am going to get mine on launch day, unless something gets messed up. I hope it doesn't. Target, interestingly enough, just to kind of give myself I guess you could call it a safety cushion, a backup plan maybe, if you will. I also did pre-order one on Target as well, and I'll obviously just cancel the one that I don't need. But the thing about Target that I don't understand is that it doesn't say it's available on launch. I don't know if that will change, but as of right now, it's saying it won't come until the week after it launches. I don't understand that. I hope that does change, though, because I do have a Target Red card, so I will get some a slight discount from the Nintendo Switch, which is nice. And of course, I did pre-order Zelda as well. So I can't wait to get my hands on this thing. My final thoughts on this is that I think Nintendo is going to be this is like a last attempt in the tech community or the tech industry right now. It seems to be like a last attempt for somebody to do something modular. This really is a modular device. You can take the Joy-Cons on and off and basically turn it into different gameplay modes. And I think that does, that's an interesting concept that appeals to me, and I think it will appeal to a lot of people. The biggest obstacles, again, is the selection of games, and I hate to say it, but I think even the price tag. Because for $2.99, people, the general consumer that might be shopping for a console, that are not die-hard Nintendo fans like myself and I'm sure many others, but if you're not a die-hard Nintendo fan, you might shy away from the Nintendo Switch because it's still the same strategy as the Wii U took on, which is that it's not comparable to an Xbox One or a PlayStation. So again, we still see that same limitation that I think Nintendo fans don't care about, but general consumers will take notice. So that's another constraint that I hope doesn't hold the Nintendo Switch back too much, because I think that overall it has so much potential. I'm so excited about it, and I think that many other people are too, because it can finally bridge that gap between mobile gaming and home consoles. I cannot wait to get my hands on Mario Kart, and then later on at the end of the year, Super Mario Odyssey, and be able to just leave the TV and go somewhere else and still play those games. I cannot wait. I am so excited about that. And I hope that everyone else here that's watching is too. Let me go in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think. Are you guys going to purchase this Nintendo Switch? Are you thinking about maybe holding off for a while? What do you guys think? Let me know and we'll have a discussion. So thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys very soon.